From the studios of TLC Talk Radio
and Dana's bedroom.
It's DT on our minds. I'm your girl Tasha.
And I'm that fat girl Dana.
Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. And catch us every day on TLCTalkRadio.com, 24/7 edutainment. Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
Man.
I can't see you, but whatever.
Right. Pandemic. But happy 2021.
Yeah.
It's been an eventful 13 days here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The hell?
There's so many things to talk about, like just, things personally, things happening in our world. It's just like, man, I think what's probably on the top of our minds is the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. So,
in your lifetime, did you ever see that happening? Like, ever?
Listen, everything about this administration has made me open my mouth wider.
Right.
And so now it probably looks like a garage because what is happening? So I'm teaching, making a living, impressing knowledge upon 8th graders, and I get a text from my friend.
Are you in class?
No.
I mean, you're still.
We are still at home, bless the Lord.
All right. You're lucky because we get people next week. I am not.
We're gonna talk about that too because that floors me.
Okay.
And so I'm really grateful for my district. My girlfriend, friend of the show, Pastor Yo, sent a text to the friend group that said, and the Capitol has been breached. And so obviously I can't respond because I'm in the middle of, making sure the kids are doing what they're doing. But I'm like,
right.
What are you saying?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Who went in there? Who went in there? Some squirrels went in there? Right. They let a raccoon in. What is happening?
Right.
So then I get to it and I'm floored, but not really.
Yeah, which is kind of my reaction too. Like, I can't believe it's happening, but I can kind of believe it's happening.
Yeah, we saw this coming. We saw this coming.
Yeah.
Maybe not in that specific way, but I definitely saw, a boiling point hit. And so you can't help but wonder, so we just walked up to the Capitol building and start breaching windows and doors.
Yeah, and climbing it.
Yeah.
Seen the one that the guy's climbing up and they're playing the Mario music and they falls?
No. I've not seen that.
To you. That is hysterical.
Listen, I couldn't wrap my mind around it because I think about all of the backlash that Colin Kaepernick faced.
Right.
And all he did was just kneel and say, hey, I disagree with the way things are being done to people of color in this country. And, he's unpatriotic and he doesn't love the country and he should leave and all of this other, foolishness that made no sense. And so I was looking for that same energy, as the kids say, when these people literally breached a federal building, putting the lives of so many people in danger, themselves included. But the members of Congress are at work doing what they do, whether or not you agree with what they are doing, or whatever their vote was or wasn't going to be, or whatever they were doing, whether they were, disagreeing with the count, whatever. They were at work minding their business, right? That's what they were supposed to be doing. And so because you disagree, you're going to come into where they work and scare these people to death.
Right. And I don't know, kill 5 people.
I was about to say, and then 5 people actually come on. Did
we think this through?
Of course not. People make a lot of emotional decisions just in their regular lives. So this wasn't a big leap For people to go, hey, let's do this. And so I remember when I did get off work and I was able to watch a little bit of it because I couldn't take a lot of it, right? I have to protect my peace.
You have to do it
I was watching Andrea Mitchell, and you could see the bewilderment on her face because she said she was marching, with the protesters when they were protesters before they became terrorists.
Which are we still saying terrorists yet, or
I am.
What are we telling? Terrorists. Changing the name on that.
Yeah, they
are domestic terrorists. I'm sorry, they are.
That's exactly right. And so she said that she heard, conversations amongst some of the people, and someone said, well, President Trump said he's out here with us, and somebody was like, well, I don't see him, and they were like, well, he must be in the crowd. And she said it floored her, I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, these people really believe that he's out in the crowd when he's not. But my daddy always told me and my brother, you can make your mouth say anything. I can tell you anything. It's up to you to interpret by my actions, by my body language, by my, countenance, whether or not it's accurate. And if you can't do that, then I can literally tell you anything. I just, wow. So I was, chuckled at the difference. Someone was like, are you asking them to shoot those people? Because I made the comments, and many of us did. If that had been me or anybody in Black Lives Matter, it would have been just a sea of dead black bodies. And so somebody said, well, are you asking them to shoot them like you expected them to shoot BLM protesters? No, I'm asking you to not shoot us like you don't shoot them.
Right.
That's what I'm asking. So, right.
I personally think they should have shot more people. That's just my personal opinion.
Understood.
I'm not saying kill people, but
rubber bullets or something.
This institution.
Yeah.
And there's people in here who aren't carrying guns, which they should, but whatever, that's another story. And they need to be protected, and that's why you're there, right?
Yeah.
As the enforcement officers, you're there to make sure that nobody gets hurt.
Right.
That's your whole job.
Yeah.
So I'm a little with that.
Understood.
With the officers taking pictures with protesters or terrorists, sorry. This is not cool, at all.
No, it's not. And I read today, gosh, I lost her name. I have to go back to my notes, but one of the African-American female Congress members of Congress, her panic button was mysteriously removed from her office.
Right. I saw that too.
I'm like,
maybe from you.
That's what we doing? No, I haven't shared it. I just ran across that.
I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, and so for me, again, I haven't been following daily because I'll lose my mind. Yeah. So
the one guy who had the horns and the fur and the painted face, what guy I'm talking about? Which I really thought was a meme before I found out
it was real. Right.
I was like, oh, well, this idiot. He wouldn't eat in prison because they didn't have organic food.
Yeah, but it's prison though. They're not here for the dice.
It is prison though, but listen to this. Because he took it to a judge, the judge said, yeah, you should be getting organic food because you're a shaman or whatever the hell he's claiming to be. Shaman don't do insurrection.
I was about to say, you can't follow the one tenet and then, no.
You can't be a man of peace and medicine and health and whatever and then turn around and start that crap.
That's incredible.
Hello.
That's
his
incredible.
Mommy came to his rescue for that one.
It's fine time for me to be working on my swearing habit, I tell you.
I I'm sorry. Hey, let's talk about resolutions because we haven't talked for New Year's yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
So you're trying not to swear.
Yes.
How's it going? 13 days in.
It's been going well. I actually started before the new year, and I asked people to hold me accountable, even if they swear, and they have been. So I've picked 2 words, and I'm gonna say still. I'm like,
well, you can't quit cold turkey,
right? And I've been doing well, just wanting to improve my vocabulary, walk a different walk. So I'm cool with that. And I lead one of the ministries at church, so I can't be out here telling people to, I'm gonna just be better. So
no effing off,
right?
Is that what you're saying?
It's not gonna work out. I want to do better. So I typically don't do New Year's resolutions. But that is something that was a habit I wanted to work on. And the other is just being more disciplined in everything, whether it's sitting quietly, whether it's, okay, this is what I'm listening to before I go to bed, or I'm putting my phone down before I go to bed, or I'm not picking my phone up first thing. Just being a better Tasha generally. And it doesn't take, obviously the new year to do that, but that's always a good marker for people.
Right.
Mm-hmm, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. What about you? Did you?
I did a lot.
Okay.
I did them as goals.
Got it.
Not as resolutions.
Understood.
But they all started on the 1st anyway. So I actually have them on my board behind me, so I'm going to look at it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Daily meditation, daily yoga, which I have done all 13 days.
Yes.
Yay me. A full plant-based diet.
Very nice.
So I'm not eating cheese. I'm not eating any dairy.
Okay.
Which I've done before. It's not like I've never done it before. But because I am entering my 50th year on the planet.
Yay.
I'm worried about that stuff. Because my dad died when he was 50, so that's like it's a trigger for me, I guess. I don't know. Sure. I don't know what else to call it.
Understood. I think that's an appropriate term.
Yeah. And another one is to get back on my horse, which I still haven't done. It's been over a year.
Sure.
I still hang out with her. I still brush her. I still do stuff with her, but I still have not been on her back.
Got
which is, a problem for me.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got.
You're muffled now.
I know, I turned.
Oh. I'm like, what happened?
I turned. I can't read my own writing, so that's awesome.
So that's a goal, to write better.
Finish pre-production on this cartoon I'm developing.
Very nice.
Yes. It's going to be funny. You should probably... Well, I'd let you be in it, but it's all dudes except for the one lead character, which is me.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work out. I'm good.
Maybe in season 4.
Yay.
But in the beginning, it's all dudes and one chick. So, yeah. I'm really excited about that.
That sounds really interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's fun. I'll tell you about it
offline.
And I'm going to detox 4 times this year.
Okay. You're going to do it like once a quarter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
So I'm excited about that.
Very, very good.
Probably be under 200 pounds by the end of it.
I love it.
That'll be awesome.
I love
I've been under 200 pounds since high school.
Okay. I love it. Congratulations in advance. Yeah. This is the holidays were fun for me. Hanging out with my 2 10-year-olds. So if you follow me on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, my 2 10-year-olds are not my children, but my parents. And they are 70 and 80, but they're 10. My mother hates this moniker. I don't care. She is 10. That is my boo-boo, but she's 10. And so they are just a lot of fun to be around because old people are hilarious anyway. But they came into the world hilarious. I bet you each of them were born laughing because they laugh all the time. And it's hilarious. So for each holiday, they spent, the weekend with me here at my house, which is always an interesting dynamic because my mother thinks she's 50. She also thinks my dad is 50. And so she becomes impatient when things don't go the way she pictured them. And I'm like, you know he's 80, right? So maybe we should change our expectations.
Just
a lot. And so and then of course then we hit her like, do you know you're not 50, right? Do you know that? Or you know, because I get it. You look back and you go, wait, I used to be able to do that. You know, every time I see one of my cousins' grown children, I go, but I used to be 16. I used to be 20. Wait a minute, I used to be 30. Hey, so I understand, you know, like, man, what is this? But so what made it interesting with Mama is that she fusses when Pop forgets. But we had a trick for her Christmas Day as we got up, popped up really early because that's what we do. We're weirdos. We get up at 3 a.m. We're sitting around talking. And, you know, after some time, we hear Daddy get up. So I said, well, let me start breakfast. So my mother goes to get her meds. And she lays them out and she goes, oh my God. And I'm like, what's wrong? Girl, I done forgot my blood pressure pills. And when I tell you, I started laughing. I mean, hilarious, falling out, which she did not appreciate. And and me and Pop gave each other the fist bump. And I said, I'm going to just take you to get him. Like, we're just going to go back to the house. You'll get him. And that's that. And so she was like, I can't believe I forgot. I was like, but Mom, that's exactly the point I've been trying to make. It's okay that you forget. Like, you're entitled to. I was like, so if we can show a little compassion to the rest of us who forget, because we all forgetting around here. I mean, we remember when we remember, you know. So it's not like it's impacting our life. It's just like, oh, I didn't do that. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this later. You know, so it's just been really interesting. So my 2 10-year-olds, my babies. What about you and your family? How's that sweet baby?
She's sweet and shorty and getting really big. Yeah, she's got to be like 25 pounds now, and she's really long. Like she might be tall, probably not.
That's hilarious. Maybe.
Well, because the Pharaoh we thought was going to be really tall because her feet were really big. She never really grew into her feet.
Hilarious.
Like she's only 5'4" and she wears a size 12.
Really?
So, yeah. We were like, nope, she's not growing into those.
That's okay.
But who knows? Maybe Elizabeth will get her grandpa's height.
Yeah.
From somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
It skipped a generation, I guess.
Sometimes it does that.
Yeah, it does. But everybody's doing well. My mom turned 70 in December.
Yay!
And, you know, she doesn't act like it. So unlike your parents.
Right. It's hilarious. Yeah.
I have that situation as well. I'm working a lot.
Yeah.
And people, it's not a fabric emergency. I'm sorry. If there's a snowstorm, I need to know what your crafting emergency is, that you have to be in a Joann's.
Right now. Right now.
Like, there'll be other sales. There's different sales every freaking week. Well, actually, twice a week. But come on.
I think people want to come outside.
In a snowstorm?
Listen, we've been in the house so long now. I don't want to do that. But let me tell you, I am get up in the morning, watch the weather, pay what's in the freezer, oh my God, and I'm running to the store. You know, if the store opens at 6, I'm, you know, in the car at 5:45 on the way.
And that's fine.
But I think people just want to come outside and maybe they aren't making the best decisions.
Well, Indiana doesn't make the best decisions. That's all right. Whole state of Indiana. But
no comment.
Wear your mask.
Right. And so so they're not doing that?
Oh yeah, we have lots of people coming in the store not wearing masks. It's
boo.
It's annoying.
Yeah, really. So there are no mandates. What about the individual stores? Don't they? Because I've seen now, and there are some stores I shop in Indiana. I live really close to Indiana, so I do a lot of my shopping in Indiana. But excuse me, I've seen these signs that says you can't come in here without a mask. We ain't playing with you.
You know what? You can't enforce it.
Got it.
Yeah.
See, nobody's tried it at the grocery store, and maybe they just feel like, eh.
Well, and it's not like Illinois where they passed a law where you can enforce it.
Okay.
And if anyone attacks you for it, it's like a felony, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I missed that resolution.
I think it's a felony. It's something.
Yeah,
Maybe it's not.
It's an issue.
I'll look that up.
You should say you made that up.
I didn't make it up.
No, I'm kidding.
I had to look it up.
I'm kidding. Don't listen to me. Listen to the show, but don't listen to me. Yeah. It's been crazy. I'm excited because, and you're gonna laugh at this, and everybody laughs at me. I'm excited because I have gray hair.
Really? Well,
Yes.
my hair is currently gray because I haven't dyed it purple lately.
I've got little streaks. Yeah, I've got little streaks. I'm excited, and I'm
nice.
like, "Ooh, look!" Which my cousin stared at me when I said that. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "But look, think about it. Some of our friends didn't make it. I'm cool with getting older. There's only one way not to,
right?
So I'm okay with it. I was just excited to have something different. Now, when I get my braids, I am not excited about gray hair. I am excited about dark and lovely hair dye. But just rocking this regular old ponytail or rocking, my curls, I'm cool with that. I'm cool.
Well, I started getting gray hair when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
So, but I've dyed my hair since I was in my 20s. So right now my natural hair is the longest I've had natural hair in my entire life. Except for growing up.
Right.
So.
Yeah. This is...
It's a kind of an interesting color though. It's like gray with brown and weird. I don't even know. I can't even really categorize it. I just say it's gray.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Yeah. You have time to experiment with your hair when you're in the house a little bit more. I know you have to go in to your jobs, and
yes.
in real estate, I have to go as it relates to showing properties. But for the most part, I'm at home, and the media things I do at church is just like I said, a few of us, so we're there. So I'm so excited to go outside. I'm going to get the mail.
I'm outside all the time, so I'm like, I'm a little sick of this.
Understood. Yeah, I think
in my room.
Yeah, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was so excited. I was so in love with the opportunity to rest. And we were doing asynchronous learning, so I didn't have to be online with the children. We met once a week. I gave them what the lessons were. We chatted. We did what we did. We did some lessons, and then that was it. I didn't have to be on every day. Not that I'm complaining about having to be on every day, because some people have to go into buildings. I'm not happy about that, and I really sympathize with those who are scared and are still being forced to. And I heard the word come from Chicago public school officials that teachers who did not show up as directed would not be paid, even if they were teaching online. I think exceptions will be made for those who have health concerns, but
and really good lawyers.
Right. I just, what I didn't like was the comment made by Dr. Janice Jackson that said, well, we're just asking them to honor the contract that they fought for. and I was floored because they weren't fighting for it in the middle of a pandemic.
Right.
Who knew this was coming?
Exactly.
Except for God Almighty, because we didn't. So
yeah,
that disappointed me. That really disappointed me, and I feel really bad for those who, feel like I don't have an option. And so, people say what they want about their varied jobs and people at their jobs. Let me tell you something about my district and how we don't have to go back. I'm excited. So anybody complaining, be quiet.
Because you could be like my school when we're supposed to be getting people back on Tuesday. We're supposed to go hybrid. We're not doing full out school. We're doing hybrid. So it's like they divided the school up into half.
Okay.
And half. So like half of it comes on Monday, Tuesday. The other half comes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They close the building and clean it, quote unquote.
Okay.
And I am using air quotes.
Yeah, we'll see that on the video. I can't see you currently, but yeah, I got an idea. I've known you for a few years here yet.
Just a little bit.
Little bit. Yeah, it's a frightening situation. I know that the virus has changed, and apparently this new strain is more contagious. It doesn't do any more damage, allegedly, but it is more contagious, and it's just frightening. So, I'm very cautious. Like, I still have to interact with my parents. I took Daddy to the hospital in December, to the doctor in December, but it's at the hospital. And, excuse me, I said, okay, we got our mask here. I said, okay, now put on this face shield. And he was like, why? And I was like, I gave the mama look, because this is the age where the roles reverse. I said, put it on. And he was like, all right then,
just do work.
He didn't like it. So when we went yesterday, when I arrived at the house, he had the mask and the face shield already out. I said, that's right, because we're putting these back on. Thank you. They are wonderful parents. They do not like that I'm bossy, but what they gonna do?
Hey, you get stuff done.
Listen, they bossed their mamas.
Right.
When that time came, they were bossy. So I'm not sure why they thought it was going to be different. Now I'm the only one that's going to
feel like old.
Right. Now what it is now I'm not going to get that back because I don't have any kids. I know I have my younger cousins who, we had some very general conversations, and I'm sure when the time comes, they're going to boss me around. Okay. It is what it is, because I'm, nobody's ever disrespectful in these scenarios, so it's all good.
Right. And it's all for your own good.
Exactly. My mother was like, who you bossing? I said, you the only mama I got. Sit down. How about that? Which, she couldn't do anything but laugh at.
Right.
Yep. I mean, it was a lot to talk about here today. As we start 2021, 13 days in, I'm very curious. Now, when people hear this, they're going to be like, it's not the 13th. Don't worry about that. Listen to the replay. But I'm
it was when we did this.
Exactly. 24/7 edutainment. I'm wondering what the next few days are going to bring, and I'm worried, not worried, but concerned about what inauguration looks like.
Right.
I just pray that people use their sense, and those who don't use their sense, I hope that the people around them who do have sense report them, so that others who have sense can put a stop to this craziness. Interesting. From the studios of TLC Talk Radio
and Dana's Bedroom,
this is DT on Our Minds. I'm your girl Tasha,
and I'm that fat girl Dana.
And don't forget to catch us on all of our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and listen to us every day on TLC Talk Radio.com 24/7 edutainment. We will catch you next week.
Thanks.